Hey, good morning, everyone. We are celebrating Labor Day this week for our topic, and we've got a craft project that I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to be making an American flag, and the reason we're doing that is because Labor Day is a celebration of achievements of American workers. And so we want to, this is really, I guess, going to be something that I think we're going to end up giving to people rather than keeping for ourselves. We want to thank people that do work for us, that do jobs for us, for the work that they do. On the back of mine, I wrote a little note and I said, Happy Labor Day, thanks for all you do, from your friends at, and on this one I wrote Fox Creek because that's where I was at. So, after you get this made, you can think of someone you may want to give it to. You could put one in your mailbox for your mail carrier. You could give one to one of the Connect Transit drivers. You could think about people that you see when you go through a fast food restaurant or something. Everybody that is providing a service to you is a worker, and we want to thank them for everything they do for us on Labor Day. So let me show you how I got started with this. You're going to start with eight popsicle sticks, and you're going to take 4 of them, and I just used a ruler, but you could kind of eyeball it. You want it to go about halfway across. I measured out about 2 inches from the end, and on 4 of them, drew a line. Now, I drew this line with a blue marker, just because when I did this at home with pencil, I had to cover it a whole lot of times, believe it or not, to not have the pencil line show. So I've got 4 of these sticks that are clear and 4 that have got a blue line on them. So the first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to get my blue paint and I'm going to start painting just from the blue line out to the end. This is ultimately going to be the top part of my flag where the stars are. So I'm just going to pull these apart. I'm going to put a coat on here. I kind of ended up using 2 coats myself just because the wood kind of absorbed it and I wanted it to be a little darker. So I've got those. I'm going to let those dry. And then I can go down here and I can get a couple more of my sticks and I could paint those white. Now Erin's helped me with this, and so I've got a couple white ones that are already ready. And as you can see, we're going to need 2 solid reds. So we've got those painted and ready. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is once this dries a little bit so you can touch it, you're going to paint 2 of these red, as you can see here. So you'd have blue and red, then blue and white. And we've gone ahead and we've done that. So I'm going to move these over now and let them keep drying. And then I'm going to, put these down here. So now, I got my finger in the paint. Okay, oh well. So, I'm going to start to build my flag here. I've got my blue and red. I'm going to go blue and white, another blue and red, another blue and white, and then I'm just going to, my next color would be red, and white, red and white. Now, we have to have these fastened together somehow, and the best way to do that is we'll give you a piece of like cardstock, and I think my glue is over here. And I'm just going to take some glue, not a lot, you don't need a lot, but I'm going to take my glue, maybe. We're going to pretend like there we go, it is coming. I'm just going to put some on here. Again, you don't need this to be real wet. A little bit will hold. And now I'm going to take them just the way they are and start to lay them on, just like I have them here. So I'm going to put my blue and red at the top. And you'll be able to shuffle them around a little bit so you can they don't have to be exactly perfect at first. It looks like mine are already a little bit crooked, but I'm just going to, once I get them on here, I can straighten them out. Put these on. And the nice thing about having this little piece of cardstock on the back also is then you can write your message if you have someone in mind that you'd like to share this with. Some of you like to go to McDonald's, get coffees or get snacks of some sort. You could give one to one of your workers when you go through. All right, so I've got this glued on here. I'm just gonna square it off a little bit so I'm getting closer to my finished product. So the other thing is, put my paintbrush away here. The next thing is you'll have a baggie full of stars. This may be the trickiest part. I gotta get the glue off my hands or it will be really tricky for me. So this might be the trickiest part. So I'm gonna take my little stars, and they're very small, and I'm going to have to glue them onto the top of my flag. So what I did is I went ahead and just put little drops of glue, not a lot. And I was able to get 5 on each, oops, I should have left my glue down. 5 on each stick. And remember, if you get too much, it will dry clear, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. So now, Erin, where's my Q-tip? I think I've lost it. All right, so you could take a Q-tip and dip that Q-tip in a little bit of water and then put your stars on. If not, the easiest way to get a hold of them is I licked my finger a little bit and I just grabbed the star and I just put it on. So this worked for me. But if that's not something you feel like doing, but yeah, I just like got my finger a teeny bit wet here and I just lifted them up and set it right on the glue and it worked perfectly. But you could also use a Q-tip. So I think you kind of see where I'm going with this. I'm just going to go ahead and continue to add my stars. My finished product will look like this. And then you're going to have a nice place on the back to leave someone a message. Oh, lost one of my pieces. Okay. I guess I need to wait till this is all dry. All right, so if you enjoy making these, you could make one to give to someone, and you could also make one for yourself. We've got lots and lots of popsicle sticks. So I hope you enjoy making your Labor Day flag and are able to share it with someone that provides a service to you. Thanks, everyone.